glasses. I appear to be on the wrong account. Hello, Scuff Cord. All right. B05. Good luck. Have fun. Hopefully this works. It does! Let's go! I love when things work. Best of 5 here between Lucifer and Shugs. Should be a good little series for us tonight. Happy to have both of them back on the stream after a little bit of a break in the ones. By a little bit of a break, I mean, I think I did Friday last week, maybe, and that was the last one I did for a little bit. Now we are back. Did try to get one going yesterday, or Sunday, rather, last week. Tried to get one going last Saturday. Couldn't do, yesterday, rather. I'm all over the place. Couldn't do that, though. Of course, Shugs and Lucifer both have played so far on the stream here, as Lucifer will get there first on the board. Lucifer did play against Relic and did win in that one in a best of 7, winning 4-0 in the series. So Lucifer, so far, I mean, out of 1, is undefeated. But Lucifer is a very good ones player, so being undefeated is not unexpected, even if he's played a few more. And Shugs did play up against Neptune in a best of 5, in which Shugs won in Game 5. Won Game 1 and 2, lost Game 3 and 4, and in the end won the final Game 5. So both players have got a win under their belts. Lucifer doing so in a sweep, and Shugs doing so in a Game 5. Has redeemed Tiny Sunnies. I don't have webcam on. Lucifer getting another kick, or getting a kickoff goal here as well. 3-0. You might have to refund yourself, Spirez. That's going to be a 4th as well. A very good start here for Lucifer. Shugs is having difficulty adapting to the kickoffs here from Lucifer, who wants to just keep going. Keep pushing that needle in a little bit more. Good demo. Should buy plenty of time. That's a bit of an odd wave dash off the ground there. Does try to get around it now. Has an opportunity in front of net. Decides not to go for the dish instead. Plays for the corner. 100 in the tank. Good first touch. Gets back to it. Shugs defending well on the back wall. Half a tank to work with in an awkward position. Gets a 50 forward. And stills the mid boost as well. Has to avoid the demo though. Lucifer putting some pressure on there. Will make it 5-0. And Lucifer off to a flying start this far. I refunded myself. Yeah, that's probably worth it. Lucifer wants to make it 6. Can't get around it. Now this should be the first one that Shugs can score in the series. And finally, doesn't have to play without a goal. Lucifer has been the dominant force so far, but Shugs gets one back. The delayed kickoff forces Shugs back into the back corner. That's a great touch by Shugs. Lucifer didn't read it. And so, half the game gone. Shugs is finally making some impact here. Has closed that goal difference. Still a nice lead for Lucifer, but it could keep going down here. Shugs doesn't get the ball, only gets the play up, and has to return to the halfway point. 60 in the tank. Just takes on an early shot. Lucifer spawned and got the corner. Does grab the other corner as well. Shugs trying to stay in that involved. Now Lucifer wants to go for the flick. Hits the crossbar, hits the post, and it goes out. Still underneath the play. Will be able to make it 6-2. Get me in for the duo cast? I mean, if you want, we can. There's Lucifer. Does go for the flick over the top. I'll send invites and stuff and sort that out in the in between the game. I will have you in. We'll have a Lunr co-cast. Shugs has returned to being 5 goals down. Brought a couple back in. But does eventually end up being 7-2 down. Shugs to the ceiling. Lucifer went early. Does get the touch. Didn't have boost the tank, but gets a piece. And Shugs now. Low boost flick. Great save by Lucifer again. Wants to play it into the corner. Here's a good opportunity. 45 flick from Lucifer. Going to be saved away by Shugs. And a bit of time in front of him to take this one up. Flip reset opportunity. Wants to go for the bump. Can't find it. Lucifer gets another save. And Shugs has only scored the 2. Might concede an 8th. No. Does get back. And looks to counter again. Great 50 by Lucifer again. I mean, the challenge game from Lucifer is so good. Really leaves Shugs in awkward positions where you want to commit, but you just know if anything goes wrong, Lucifer has a big 50 in the bag. That's a good opportunity. Flip reset. Doesn't get it. And, well, I think they're both sort of willing to let this game die down a little bit. As Lucifer ends up going, no, I'm going to score another. And makes it an 8-2 game. Lucifer just showing off the defense, I guess, for a minute there. Let Shugs play quite high up. Let him get a little bit more comfortable on the offense and then breaks the other way. That's going to be a 9th for Lucifer in game 1. Well, we've seen 11 goals from one player. That was Caleb against Gus. That's the most goals we've seen from one individual player. That's going to be a 3rd for Shugs. Not too certain if Lucifer will be able to make it an 11-goal game, at least in game 1. And that should do for the first match. And Lucifer will let it touch down. And now I need to speedily get Lunr involved. Where is Lunr? I see Lunr in training. And now I need to find Lunr on here. And now I need to find Discord on OBS. OBS, hello. There we go. This. And that. Come on, Lunr. You got to join the lobby. Where's Lunr gone? I'll send another just in case that didn't go through. There we go. Alrighty. That's cool. Now let me call Lunr. Hopefully this all works. Does this all work? You can hear a ringing, maybe. Potentially. No, you can't. Never mind. Hang on. There we go. Hello?
Oh.
There we go. Lunr. On the co-cast. It's been, what, like 7 years since we casted together?
It's been a while. It's been a while. Also, I did get a DM from Shugs. Actually, I was in call with him. He said he wants to change it to best of 7.
Oh, okay.
If the opposition agrees.
Is this... Hang on. Is this... Let me confirm. Shugs, did you tell...
His keyboard's messed up, so like he told me to tell you.
I feel like you could be trolling.
I'm not trolling. His keyboard's messed up.
This has to be troll.
I'm not trolling.
I've never had in between. This is... Okay. It is confirmed. We are going to a best of 7. I've never had a mid. You just had a, I don't know, tone in your voice that I wasn't sure.
I don't know how to say it without it sounding troll.
Well, I mean, yeah, slightly. The 9-3 does feel kind of one way. But Shugs does score first. Now, I was going to originally not speak about this because you know, it could have been a best of 5. It could have been 3-0 and we're out of here and we don't have long to talk. But I did see you absolutely demolish CJ last night, or the other night. What's thoughts on maybe a show match with him? Because he originally, he said to me that he wasn't going to do a show match if he couldn't beat you. And then he was claiming you were Laxon. So, you know, maybe he didn't actually technically lose to you in his mind, so he could be on. That is just nasty from Lucifer. Anyway, there's an actual 1v1 show match going in front of us. Yeah, right. Yeah, we'll have to see if we can organise it. Might get you back on the co-cast on that one. Oh my. I have just realised they can't hear you. Yeah, they could, and then they couldn't. Hang on. I think they can hear you now.
You know what? That's fine. That is okay.
There we go. They can hear you now.
Chat. It's a good little touch. So far, there's been nothing happening, if I'm honest. Shugs has been starved for boost. Lucifer, that's the one thing he's good at. He's good at just controlling the game and knowing what he wants to do, and everything he'll just feel comfortable doing. Whether it's boost control, pace control, ball control, hitting it to the corners, anything he'll just do to make the opponent awkward.
And is still in that corner. Should be able to score here off the back of that. That's actually just Shugs driving past it. And yeah, very simple stuff from Lucifer. I mean, you're talking about this sort of display of comfortability in the corner, just forcing the opponent into making mistakes, I guess, and that's exactly what's happened here.
Yeah, like literally, like just then again, another fake. And the other good thing he does pretty well is your kickoffs. He's really unpredictable in terms of what he does. He's got perfect wave dashes, maybe not so that one, but in terms of wave dashes and stuff, he's actually, honestly, Lucifer's up there, I'd say, in terms of one's gameplay, he's actually really solid. Yeah,
that's actually, I mean, I've heard some stuff in the background in terms of players actually saying they weren't too interested in 1v1ing Lucifer, maybe more so the top players in terms of RLCS. So what is your opinion there? Is Lucifer capable of stepping up against, I mean, some of those top players in RLCS? I mean, even yourself. I'm sure you play them in ranked all the time with not many players being up in the ranked ladder in once.
Like, if I'm honest, I've lost to Lucifer a few times at once, and I feel like he is someone that's probably beaten a lot of pro players. So I think it might just be like I don't know, maybe the pros just don't want to, you know, lower their ego and lose to someone like Lucifer who isn't in RLCS. But I think we need to show a bit more respect to these ones players, as much as, you know, it doesn't seem like they can convert in 2s and 3s so far. Like, I haven't really seen Lucifer do much in 2s and 3s. Like, in 1s, like, they're good, pretty good at 1s.
Yeah, I mean, they're sort of, at least for a lot of people, seemingly popped out of nowhere. I hadn't heard of Lucifer. Then I played a viewer tournament 1v1 on someone else's stream and lost, like, I don't know, 20-0 or something in the final. So that's when I first heard of Lucifer. And that wasn't that long ago. It was probably within the last, 2 months, maybe 3 months this year. That's going to be a 4th for Lucifer as well. But sort of came out of nowhere, at least, onto the show match scene, at least, in show matches and viewer tournaments. And now is starting to make a bit of a name for themselves, especially, as you said, well, as I mentioned, as you said as well, in the ones ladder, does get some wins against some decent players like yourself, does go for a flip reset underneath this one, and that is going to be Shugs' getaway. But this game feels a lot better than what it looked like in game 1 at the very least. Shugs is keeping it within a 2-goal sort of margin here.
Yeah, the one thing I'm noticing with Shugs though is like just before that the 4th goal, that Lucifer goal was, oh no, what a challenge. That 4th goal, that Lucifer goal was just purely off Shugs going for a psycho and missing. Like, I think Shugs just needs to play a bit more fundamental rock, and like everyone knows him for being mechanical. People have seen his TikToks. Everyone knows he's got 100k in TikTok, but like that's what we need right now in this one environment. We need some solid rock, just some normal gameplay.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, that's definitely where Lucifer lies into in terms of just the solid rock. Shugs, as you said, does have the mechanics that can sort of pop off, but when it becomes a 1v1 match, I guess there's more reliance on the fundamentals rather than showing off. You might want to have, you know, a couple goal leads at least before you start showing off, as Lucifer does put this into the corner. Opportunity for Shugs. Does get a flip reset into another. I don't think grabbed that one, and Lucifer should be able to play this to safety in the corner.
Still a minute and a half on the clock though, so Shugs definitely has a lot of time to work with. One goal is all he needs, build a bit of momentum, then gets a kick-off goal and you're back in the game pretty much. And as long as he can kind of get this out of defense and not let Lucifer keep control of the game, and oh, what a reset from Lucifer. Honestly, that's one thing I don't see Lucifer go for much, which is like a mechanical kind of flip reset or anything like that. It's more just something solid, bait out a player, but here he's actually going for a nice flip reset, gets it over the top of Shugs, and that's a 3-goal gap now.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty solid from Lucifer in terms of getting up to it. But I feel like that, again, we're sort of talking about not seeing Lucifer be that flashy player. But even then, I mean, yes, mechanical in terms of getting a flip reset. I didn't feel like that was a super mechanical goal, right? Like it was, I mean, it wasn't flashy. It was a mechanical goal, but it wasn't flashy. It was what was needed in the moment. And that is what Lucifer is so good at doing. Might be able to make it a 7-2 game. Shugs does get back, had a full tank to work with. I was getting a little bit ahead of myself there.
Yeah, it's nothing mechanical. Oh, nice little flip reset. He does get the second. Goes for the wave dash. Couldn't quite get it, but yeah, it's not like it's not overly mechanical, but it's more just the kind of, this is kind of open. Like it's more just the risk versus the reward. If you go for a flip reset and you hit it too high, you just put yourself out of position. So it's the risk of going for a flip reset and you don't know where it's going to go, and you're the only player on the field, so there's not much you can do if you are out of play.
It's a good bump by Lucifer. I feel like that. Hang on a second. I was going to say that feels like game over. But with that, there's a little bit of life in game 2. Shugs gets a very favorable pinch. And that, does it go in without a bounce? Hang on. No, it bounced. Never mind. Not as fun as I thought. $20 is on the line. Shugs, see what you can do.
Yeah, I'll put some money on the line for this game. If Shugs win this, I'll give him $20. Make him lock in here. Put a bit on the line here. Hopefully that motivates him. Nice little touch. Does get the 100 as well. He's going to go for something mechanical. Gets the reset. Looks for the second. Does get the second. Goes low. He looks for the shot, but good save from Lucifer, and that will close game number 2.
Yeah, that save is all that was needed to close down the $20 that Shugs would have been receiving. Does make it 7-3 as well. Lucifer does get a very comfortable lead in the end at 0. And I feel like it was a better performance from Shugs. But again, Lucifer just felt solid in that one. Didn't feel like, as is common with Lucifer, didn't really feel like they were overexerting themselves, just really playing the slow game that made Shugs make mistakes, gets rewarded with a Game 2 win. And in a best of 7, I mean, now we don't have to go, well, it's match point. Lucifer could win it here. With that change to the best of 7, there's still a couple of opportunities for Shugs to really liven up and change some maybe game plans heading into Game 3.
Yeah, he's got this minute to kind of reset. He is taking the minute as well, not running up, but I don't know, like, I'm also interested to see on the other side, like, how Lucifer would go in, like, your RLCS 1v1, because we've got that coming up at the end of next split as well, so I don't know, like, you'll actually get to see him against pro players, and yeah, some here and there will see his results on, like, board chasing and stuff, but no one really pays attention to ranked 1v1s, as opposed to RLCS 1v1s, so it'll be interesting to see if he'll actually do well in that.
Yeah, I mean, in the off-season, which I guess you're probably not seeing everyone take it as serious as an actual RLCS 1v1 event. Lucifer does get the first one, by the way. But Lucifer did come 5th to 6th in the off-season. I'm not too sure how many of the top-level players that he actually did face in that, but I'm certain that he did play a couple. And, I mean, you've got to play at least a couple to get to 5th to 6th in the ones. Yeah. So, you know, there is, I guess, a little bit of history there, but especially with the 1v1s RLCS heading in. I feel like that's a big motivator for everyone. That was a powerful musty that didn't really lead to too much. Lucifer got the save.
He might actually be able to convert, and he gets the pump as well. Doesn't get the flick that he wanted. I will be honest, I don't think he meant this, but nonetheless, it still works, and wow, that's amazing. That's some good rock. It's a bit unfortunate from Shugs. He can't really understand what he was going to go for there. But still plenty of time to work it.
Yeah, it's just completely unpredictable. I'm sure if you ask Lucifer, he'll probably say he meant it. I'm not too sure if he did or not. But it's one of those where if I don't know what I'm doing, how's the opponent going to know? Shugs should be able to get around this, but low boost, tight angle, good save from Lucifer. And I feel like Shugs, those are the chances you got to be scoring against Lucifer.
Could be another opportunity here. Looks for the edge dribble high. Lucifer, early pre-jump. Mine looks for the pinch into the net. Does get the pinch, but it's pretty soft, and Shugs will be ready to collect, and maybe another opportunity here.
Yeah, good chance, lining it up. Fakes out the flick originally, went for a little bit of a delayed one. Lucifer does make an easy enough save. Back the other way, Shugs to the back wall. Just trying to buy some time for themselves to reset. Lucifer, big 50. And with boost in the tank again, it's just this slow play. Plenty of boost in the tank, doesn't need to overcommit. Does go for a flip reset here. Gets the double, but gets an absolute dunked by Shugs. Should be able to score this. Bit of time to work with and puts it on target.
Honestly, I respect that from Lucifer. Trying to get a bit mechanical there. Shugs didn't give any space or time. Straight away, instant challenge. I feel like Lucifer's learned that though now. Like, it feels like Shugs 80% of the time he just instant dives at everything. So we'll see if Lucifer can kind of capitalize on that and like force something in, force a fake chow, anything like that.
Well, Shugs won the kickoff boost, couldn't get the ball. Just a soft shot on by Lucifer. Big dunk again as well. And we're seeing a little bit more aggressive plays here from Lucifer rather than sitting back all the time. Couple of high line challenges, gets a good 50 at the halfway line. Should be able to make use of it as well. Low boost from Shugs. Flick over the top, gonna be in.
Such a perfect flick. He knew exactly when Shugs was going to challenge. Beautiful execution, straight over Shugs. Shugs no boost. Couldn't kind of do anything with it, but look, it's still a kind of close game, I'll be honest. Like, Shugs can get this kickoff, it's anyone's game.
Right, certainly feeling like every game there's been a bit of a step up here from Shugs. Although Lucifer finds a flick, easy enough save. Does mean that Lucifer in the corner gets to reset a little bit. Shugs still awkward, 40 in the tank. Lucifer tries to go low, great 50 by Shugs, and looks to go the other way.
Kind of an opening here for Shugs if you can get around a good demo from Lucifer. I think that's one of the first few demos we've seen this kind of series as well. And it does create a lot of space, especially in ones. Now, what will he do with the space? Can't keep it on his hood. Goes for the demo again, couldn't quite find it. Shugs down 1v1, looks for the flick, doesn't quite get the flick, and that's right back into his defense.
Yeah, does roll up the back wall here. Shugs might look to go full length of the play here. Doesn't get the 50, Lucifer's there again. And it's just these awkward touches. You need to get a little bit on it. You've got to get over the top. Lucifer is holding a very good defensive line. And it's hard to break that, although that's a little bit awkward. Great recovery in the end by Lucifer. Should be able to get around it. I don't think that's on target. It doesn't go in. And Shugs' low boost just gets pumped. But it should be enough for Shugs to recover.
Yeah, Shugs always low on boost. It feels like Lucifer's really got the boost management on. And Shugs always most at 40 boost. And Lucifer's always controlling at least 80. Now 1v1 goes for the flick and he just baits out Shugs. Gets the opening, gets a shot, and Shugs couldn't quite get to that one. And you know what, that's what Lucifer does best. He just baits them in, does what he needs to do to just beat the player. Doesn't even go for the shot, and then when there's the opening, he finds it.
And it felt like Lucifer had had unlimited boost there for a moment. Gets the flick up, barely uses any, still has 100 to go for. I think Shugs had 100 in tank too, but just could not read the play there. That being said, well, it's a little bit more interesting now. Shugs makes it a 4-2 game. And those are the 50s you need to win. Those are the challenges you need to win. Lucifer does give opportunities like that. You've got to capitalize. Shugs does so there.
It's always scary going for a fake challenge in ones, especially if they read it like this. He's gone for it again, and Lucifer's read it twice in a row. Luckily, Shugs was able to get a good dunk the first time. This time, Lucifer does well to keep control, but it is in the hands of Shugs again, who takes time. 100 boost to work with. Let's see what he can do here. Keeps on his hood, goes for the edge rule. Might opt for the bump here. Edge rule bump, couldn't quite find her as Lucifer gets the clear.
Yeah, it felt like the right time, right moment to go for the bump. Just couldn't find it. Lucifer gets around it. Big 50 as well, and that really should lead to a goal, I'd expect. But no, Shugs just races back. I feel like that's one of those moments where Lucifer conserves the boost. Probably could have challenged, probably could have gone, and might have gotten a goal for it, but doesn't want to overcommit. Is willing to just go, you know what, that's probably a 50% chance I'll score. I'll wait for a 70+ chance to score. And that is, I mean, it's just the way he plays, and it's so effective for him. Shugs, though, has the boost on this occasion, gets demoed on this occasion, and Lucifer, I mean, it's just more time off the clock. He should be able to get a goal here as well. Great save by Shugs.
Wow. What a save. Low boost, just spawned in. Barely scrapes that pre-flip in. And now he's still with 0 boost, trying to keep control. Couldn't quite find the boost as Lucifer picks up another 100, goes for the reset, gets the reset, might look for the flip in, gets the flip, but Shugs is there for the save. This could be an opening for him. He grabs the 100. What will he do here? Has the ball on his hood, looks for the air dribble, might just pop it over one, couldn't quite get it over. Lucifer just needs to find his touch out.
Yeah, just couldn't either get in front of the ball there for the bump or couldn't get underneath it enough to take it over the defense. Shugs will play this off the back. We'll try to get a bit of a mini psycho. Doesn't really connect on it, but that is the time going all the way down. And that will be game 3 going the way of Lucifer. And now he is on the verge of sweeping through in the best of 7.
I just think there's just a few dumb challenges out of Lucifer. Not Lucifer, out of Shugs. Most part, he's actually not playing bad. It's only a 2-goal difference that game. And I think honestly, the littlest of mistakes, if he can fix them up and just not get not just get insta-flicked on by Lucifer, it could be a much closer game and honestly a reverse sweep on the hands.
Yeah, I mean, I even went into this one thinking it was probably going to be, I was predicting a 4-2 myself. I was thinking Lucifer probably would get the job done. I thought Shugs, though, probably could have shown us enough to get a game, enough to get 2 games even. And I feel like that's still on the cards here. I'm just glad that you did convince him to go to the 7, because if he does get a game here, I feel like there's a bit of vindication behind going to the 7. It means that he has sort of proven that he can get a win, and might mean that if this sort of matchup does happen in the future, there's a little bit of hope in terms of getting a game and then turning it into getting more than just a game in the future. But Lucifer, he swept Relic last time that Lucifer played on the show matches. Looking to sweep Shugs here, and I mean, he is such a good player, but Shugs will get the early start here with the opener.
Yeah, it's a nice little opening. Yeah, on paper, like I would say, honestly, a 4-1 in favor of Lucifer. Yep. But like after looking at these last 2 or 3 games, it's definitely felt like Shugs could have taken all of them. Honestly, could have gone either way, and that's why I feel like this actually could go to Game 7, and he could actually take this home.
Now, I mean, there hasn't been too many 1v1 show matches, I guess, in OCE for a little while, but I do have a question to pose to you here, because I have mentioned this on stream in the show matches. That is a second for Shugs, by the way. So that's a great start so far in the Game 4. But the question is, what would you find more difficult? Reverse sweeping in 3s or reverse sweeping in 1s when it's a best of 7?
It's kind of hard. Like 1s is all a mental game. It's just yourself, and it's a lot of patience you're gonna have, especially for a reverse sweep. If you're 3 games down, you gotta really have a strong kind of mental head to bring it back and reset. So I would honestly say, I'd probably say, actually, I don't know. It's a hard kind of decision to make. It just depends what kind of player you are and how composed you can kind of stay and how much you can reset.
I mean, reverse sweeps in best of 7s are so rare to come by in all of Rocket League. I guess it's just as you said, it comes down to the player, I suppose, in terms of if you're in 3s, you might have the team around you, but if it's in 1s, it's really all down to your choice and decision-making, and that is a great save by Shugs to keep the lead.
Yeah, off the crossbar, gets the touch he needs just to keep it out of danger as well. Now Lucifer looking for a full core, does get the reset, will opt to go back down. Nice save here from Shugs. Now 100 boost. A lot of time as Lucifer looks to grab the 100. We'll take it high. Lucifer with a pre-jump. Shugs realizes that, takes a low, baits Lucifer in, and feels like Shugs is taking a lesson out of Lucifer's books.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's just one of those plays where you go for something that could be mechanical and you fake it out and make the opponent have to sort of guess whether you are going for it or not. Does make use of it there. And it is a 3-1 lead. Might be cut down quickly, but no. Wow. Shugs does get back to it. I don't think Lucifer had any boost, but Shugs, can he get around it? No, it's the post and spams the yeses.
No. Oh, I think we just need silence on that one. Let's just have a bit of silence. I think we just stay in silence until the next kickoff happens. Alrighty, 3:41 on the clock. Still a 1-goal lead here for Shugs. See what he can do here. He does win the kickoff, does potentially grab the boost. No, he doesn't. Somehow Shugs does not get that boost here. Lucifer keeping control of both boosts here. 100 boost. Shugs awkward. Can't do much. Does get the clear out. Picking up the 100 as well. So all he has to do is not get baited by Lucifer. Insta challenge. Over 1. Can't quite get the touch here. Now Lucifer goes for the insta again, and Shugs will get a touch out.
It's just composed and controlled in the midfield by Lucifer. Knew Shugs was probably going to commit once or twice. Maybe not expected every time, but did well to just sit back a little bit and let Shugs go for what wasn't too dangerous. Great play by Lucifer into the corner. Now has 100 in the tank. Shugs is low. Doesn't get the midfield boost either. Does have to go all the way back opportunity for Lucifer just to get the flick over the top. Tries to get the bump, and Shugs does enough to get the save.
He gets hit off course a little bit, but still gets a touch, and gets a touch around Lucifer as well. And now he does make that gap a bit wider. 2-goal lead here for Shugs, and honestly, still more than half the game left. That's the thing with ones. Ones goes so slow, takes so long. You're gonna have so much patience in this game mode.
Yeah, I feel like when you're watching on the 3v3 and you see a team go up, couple of goals, half the game going, it's like, oh yeah, it's not exactly a safe scoreline, but it feels as though they should be able to control it out. But in ones, literally no scoreline is safe. I saw it in the Caleb Gus show match. It was, I think Gus was up 5 or 6 goals with about a minute or 2 minutes remaining, and Caleb still came back to win that game 11 to 10. That's a big bump though by Shugs, and just slowly extending that scoreline out a little bit will definitely feel good for Shugs here in game 4.
Yeah, like you said though, like these scorelines, it don't mean too much. Like 3 goals is absolutely nothing. Like Lucifer can get this in within 10 seconds, and it's all about Shugs just staying composed, not overcommitting, not doing anything dumb now, and just playing the way he's been playing this whole game.
Shugs did delay on the kickoff there, faked or delayed. I'm not sure what actually is the right phrasing for that one, where you don't fully commit, but you commit a little bit. Did win eventually on the kickoff though. Gets the corner boost and a bit of an opportunity. Now just tries to bait Lucifer in. Low boost on the blue side. So Shugs just goes again, but that is going to be a bit of a giveaway. The spawn for the boost was perfect for Lucifer, as was the touch from Shugs was also perfect for Lucifer, and he does make it a 2-goal difference.
Yeah, just hit it right to Lucifer, lines it up for him, and Shugs just turning the wrong way, giving pretty much an open goal there. Now it's only within 2 goals here. Lucifer will win the kickoff, but Shugs does actually grab the boost, 100 boost to work with. Nice first touch, gets the reset, jumps off the ball, and we'll just head it over to Lucifer.
And he has 100 in the tank as well. That dive from Shugs is what we've been talking about. Shugs is so willing to just insta-challenge, so willing to throw himself at the ball. Lucifer just waits. And this time around, he goes, well, he's just going to challenge. He always challenges. So he gets the early flick and gets the goal, and that scoreline has very quickly evaporated.
Hey Shugs, if you can hear me, we need some fake challenges. I reckon that'll do the job. I don't know if he's watching the stream or not. We need some fake challenges as your coach. But look, minute 20 on the clock. Still in the lead. We'll bait out Lucifer here, who has no boost. See if Shugs can recognize that and keep control of the game here. Nice little touch. Still a lot of boost to work with as well. Picks up the 100. Does nearly get baited by Lucifer. And now Lucifer does have control in the corner.
He has low boost though. Tight angle shot. Oh, no. It's back to a tight game. And Shugs got a piece on this, right? He put this into his own net in the end.
Yeah, it looks like it was going in, but definitely could have been saved. And look, come on. It's looking like Lucifer's gaining some momentum here. And I do see in chat that someone has given a bit of coaching to Shugs. So we'll see if with this last minute if we can get the lead back.
Playing it into the corner. Does get demoed, and that will be a lot of time for Lucifer to think about his next attack. Just the insta-challenge again from Shugs. This time, it did work out. Plays it into Lucifer's back right. Gets a bump as well. Lucifer full boost, so does Shugs. Onto the back wall a little bit. Patient gameplay again from Lucifer. And Shugs trying to find something. Wants to steal the corner boost. Doesn't connect with it, but it might work out. It's kind of a fake on the boost play. It doesn't lead to too much, though. Lucifer now has full tank and the ball.
Nearly worked out now. Lucifer does have it on his hood. Goes for the 45-degree flick. Does get safe. Shugs. A nice little camera swivel. I don't know if you saw that on the stream, but does avoid the demo with that nice 45 as well. Crossbar and out, as he does have one last opportunity. 15 seconds left on the clock. Takes a high. Gets the reset. Looks for the 50. Lucifer insta challenge. Keeps it out. Shugs still has boost and ball here. Does know Lucifer's insta challenging. What will Shugs go? Shugs goes for the pinch. Fakes the pinch. Gets the reset. 2 seconds on the clock. This could be game. Gets the reset. Gets the crossbar and down. And just like that, he takes game number 4.
What a goal from Shugs. Look at this one back. Flip reset. Into the double. Into the double tap. I'm not too sure if he got the final touch or if Lucifer got the final touch, but at 0 seconds, Shugs wins game 4, and this series can keep on going. I mean, I love not seeing a sweep. It's always a bit of a letdown when you hype up a show match, you hype up something, and then it's done within 4 or 3 games. So it's nice to see Shugs get rewarded here with a winner at 0 seconds. And we keep on going. Maybe now is the opportunity. Shugs maybe being able to process more of the information from the coaches that he's got and maybe implement that into game number 5.
I don't know, man. I think coaches in Shadow are taking too much credit because I didn't see him shadow defense once. So I don't know if it has anything to do with the coaching. But you know what? It's good to see. Bit of momentum here for Shugs, hopefully. He did go down a few goals towards the end then. Picks it right back up with that 0 second. Hopefully feels a bit more confident now. And we'll see maybe more of that.
That's a good demo by Shugs. Just completely takes Lucifer out of the equation and is able to reset in the corner. Very quickly down to 60 boost. The flick is dangerous, but Lucifer able to match it. 40 still in the tank, and he goes right past it. Lucifer might not get there in time. Does have to take it under control. 30 in the tank. Still awkward. Still gets the flick. Okay, I feel like we're sort of past that territory where that mistake led exactly to the goal.
No, he's just getting flicked on and flicked on and flicked on, and there we go. Lucifer finally finds the opening, and it's just flick after flick after flick, getting baited and baited until he can finally get that opening, and Shugs are just falling into the trap.
Yep. I mean, it just feels like every single time Shugs goes for that insta-challenge, never goes for the fake, like you mentioned. Maybe just add a couple in there. That could really open it up. It's just been pretty predictable, but in the air, Shugs is not so predictable. Nice play, but it's, again, relatively simple for Lucifer on the save.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like Shugs is feeling confident either. I've seen him definitely hit some clips, especially on me. I've had some clips in on my forward, and what a flick that is from Lucifer. And that's why this guy just plays once too much. Like, he does this every day, every week, every second. Perfect 45-degree flick, crossbar down, and that's a 2-goal lead.
It's one of those where it hits the crossbar, but the crossbar does absolutely nothing to it. It just perfect position, hits the crossbar. You get that little bit of a ding, but it doesn't even change the look of the ball, doesn't even change the direction of it. That is a good save by Shugs. Should open up an opportunity, sent wide. Still able to get back to it. Lucifer gets behind it and has boost to work with. No, he doesn't. Hang on. He didn't have boost, but he still gets the goal.
Yeah, I'm surprised Shugs didn't go for the boost grab, try to keep possession of boost, and then finally take the open net when he could have. Instead, he tried to play that backward read, and Lucifer was able to get a touch and get boost, and just like that, full control of the game again.
Yeah, it feels like Lucifer has regained the momentum in this game after going down at 0 seconds in the previous. And Shugs again, just... Oh, it's too easy from Lucifer.
He went for a fake challenge. I think he tried doing what we said, and he just didn't do it properly, if I'm honest, but that's okay. You know what? At least he tried. You know what? At least he sat there. He knew what we told him to do, and he actually tried implementing it, but it just didn't work out. Still plenty of time on the clock. He's not out of the game yet. Definitely can bring this one back.
That might be on target. No, it's posting out. Shugs can't get the touch into this, going to go in. It feels like Shugs is rushing a lot now. Even when he went for that fake challenge in the previous, it still felt like that was rushed. Just, you've got to slow down a little bit. I mean, I know you're down 3-1 in the series, but you've got to slow down a little bit more than that to get a touch.
Maybe he's just going for like a... Maybe this is a TikTok video right here, like how I came back from 5 goals to win a series. Like, this could be it right here. Does have it on his hood, gets to 45, Lucifer with a pre-jump. Lucifer just feels like he's entered flow state here. Good demo though. Could be an opening, and yeah, Shugs will capitalize.
Yeah, does get one, and that is potentially the start of something special. I mean, it could be the start of absolutely nothing as well, but 5-1 down. Still fair bit of time remaining, 3 minutes on the clock. That's a big kickoff win as well. Should be an opportunity immediately. Takes it up high, flip reset. Wants to go for the must. He fakes it out, does well. And that is a second goal pretty quickly after the first.
Smart. That's all I say, smart. Shugs is known to be one of those mechanical players, likes to do something mechie or flashy, and that's probably what Lucifer thought. Lucifer thought, yeah, he's going to musty that. That's the player he is. And you know what? Instead, Shugs takes a smarter decision, opts out for the fake, and that's his second goal as well.
Gets spun out on the kickoff there, Shugs. Lucifer got a piece of him. Has boost to work with here as well, and Shugs still involved, but he has nothing. Has to retreat, gets a touch, but again, it's just these plays, you probably don't need to go there. You don't need to put the challenge on so early. Just put the thought in the mind of, hey, I am going to be back, I am going to be defending, I'm just not going to dive immediately. And Lucifer capitalizes after he does dive there.
Yeah, unfortunate dive. Doesn't kind of get the landing he wanted either. No wave dash. Kind of all went not in his favor, I guess. And Lucifer, perfect Perfect kickoff, perfect flick again. What a save from Shugs. Will he keep it out? Yes, he gets a second save. 1 or 2 pads is all he needs to kind of get this opening, but no. Lucifer is back for that one.
And he has a full tank to work with, trying to take full field again. 50'd on Shugs. And does get a good play into the side wall here. 80 in the tank, tight angle, but he's good from these angles. Shugs does get one touch and is able to follow it up high. Might be able to drop this one low. Goes for the plan B, but Lucifer, it wasn't an ideal touch from Shugs, and Lucifer was able to eat it up.
He tried. That's all that matters. Still plenty of time to work with. If he can get this save and find an opening potentially, Lucifer low on boost will go and take it back. Shugs with an insta challenge here. Does get this nice touch out, but Lucifer perfectly reading that one. Shugs taking it all the way back. He knows that Lucifer's insta challenging here. Plenty of time here for Shugs. What will he cook up?
70 in the tank. Wants to go for a bump play, perhaps. Does get past him. And it is back down to a 3-goal margin. And there is still 1:35 remaining. I'm not too sure if he got a touch here or not. I think he just dropped it beneath Lucifer. Couldn't get the play out, but does fake out the play. And that means that we are back within a much more reasonable scoreline, much more high potential for Shugs to come back in this one. And looks to go again off the kickoff. Lucifer low boost. And Shugs does make it a 2-goal game now. This is plenty of time for just 2 goals.
He got 2 goals in 5 seconds. He can get another 2 goals in 5 seconds and tie it up with still plenty of time on the clock. And hey, this would make a good story for a reverse sweep.
Having to fight back not only in the game, not only in the series, but also in every single game, it feels like. Lucifer will make a simple save. Tries to go back for it. Shugs couldn't win that race. An opportunity for Lucifer to get a demo. No, just goes for the ball and gets a massive 50 into the bottom left.
You can tell Lucifer kind of wanted the bump and then realized Shugs cut in a bit wide. And then just takes it slow, plays it patient, goes for the flip and the dunk. And perfect execution. And that's a 3-goal gap now. Lucifer, all he has to do is just stay composed, not do anything dumb. And it'll be a 4-1 win in the series for him.
Yeah, Lucifer wants to get another one off the kickoff. Great turn by Shugs. And, well, it is back down to that 2-goal game with a minute remaining. Shugs is not giving up that easily. And it's a nice little play in the midfield just to get the flick over the top.
Yeah, perfect little cut, perfect control, and just a 2-goal difference here. Kickoff goes in favor for Shugs again. Shugs no boost. Lucifer getting a soft touch, looking for the clear. Does preserve his boost, but doesn't get the wave dash. Will Shugs find the opening? Yes, he will. And just like that, Monty, only 1 more goal needed.
Yeah, it just feels like no scoreline is safe. It feels like Lucifer is struggling to close out the game here. Shugs is really putting on a challenge. And 53 seconds remaining, the 1-goal difference. That bounces straight into the midfield off the kickoff. Shugs wins that race and has time to get boost. What can he do? Takes it up to the ceiling. Lucifer has a couple of pads worth of boost. The fake into the pinch, and Lucifer gets the save.
30 boost to work with. Shugs 0 boost to work with, really. Looks for the shot on target now. Lucifer 100 boost, has full control here. Doesn't look to take a high. He's not willing to take the risk of a flip reset or anything mechanical, as he does still have that lead. Keeps on his hood, waiting for the challenge from Shugs. Shugs finally gets a challenge, played a bit safe, then took the opening. And will Lucifer get back? Yes, he does. Crossbar out and clear. And now he'll keep it on his hood. 15 seconds left on the clock. Shugs needs 1 more opening. Looks for the touch around Lucifer. Lucifer keeps it in. 5 seconds, Money. See if he can make this one out.
Yeah, that save felt like the series-saving save from Lucifer. Shugs might have felt comfortable that it was going in, and it does it, and now has to keep it alive. He scored 1 0-second goal before. Can he do it again? No, denied by Lucifer. And he does close out the series 4-1.
Wow, it definitely felt like Lucifer was missing that, and Shugs thought he had that opening to score that, but you know what? Lucifer closes that one out, and honestly, that's what I thought it was going to go, 4-1, and that's exactly how it went.
Yeah, I mean, there was opportunity there that it felt like Shugs probably made the wrong choices a little bit too often in that final game. But I'm not too sure if he was... I'd love to see that open net go replayed as well from Shugs, where he had what felt like a goal was going to be scored, but Lucifer races back. I don't know if Shugs could have even put some pressure on, could have made it awkward, could have got a bump or even a final touch on it, and maybe just makes the wrong decision there, and it's punished. And Lucifer, I mean, he's played 2 best-of-7s on my stream, and he's now won 8 games, and he's only lost 1. He's a very, very talented player in the 1v1s. Hopefully, we can see him up against some of the the better names, or not better names, more respected names, I suppose, in the OCE community after some pretty good performances against what I'd say is the lower end of the top players.
Who did he verse before Shugs?
Relic.
Yeah, okay. No, it'd be good to see like a Lucifer versus like a Super Lucky. Honestly, I feel like something like that would actually be pretty interesting, and I feel like, in my opinion, I'd favor that towards Lucifer. I feel like Lucifer would kind of take down a 4-3, in my opinion. I feel like he is someone that is capable of beating players like Super Lucky, who are pretty respected in the one scene as well. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. And it would be nice to see someone like Super Lucky or someone show some love to some local kind of 1v1s and stuff like this. It's nice to have stuff like this in the off season. So we'll see if like pro players do want to get involved with this.
Yeah, I mean, this week has been pretty interesting in terms of me actually scheduling the matches. Had a little bit of a rough time getting matches going, not only because of players' unavailabilities, but also because of my own. But hopefully next week we can get a lot more going. That is the final ones, at least for until the weekend. Not sure if I'm going to line anything up for the weekend, but for chat, that is everything done for this week in terms of ones. Hopefully I can line up a lot in the next week, and maybe we can see Lunr return to the field as well.
Yeah, I'm keen. I'm down to get back on the field, see what we can do. Maybe some 2s and 3s. Change it up a little bit. It's nice to play 1s as well, though. So more 1s would be good to see as well.
Well, thank you for hopping in after game 1 there, Lunr, on the co-cast. It's been a pleasure having you. And hopefully we can do it again, maybe with some... When you're not playing, we can have some higher level matches that you hop on the co-cast, because it feels like it's been way too long since... you've won a regional since we stopped casting together, so it's good to have you back.
Yeah, that is true. No, I don't mind. I don't mind a little bit of casting. Casting's it's nice to analyze, and honestly, I get to watch other people and take some notes, I guess. So helps me as well.
I'll chat. That's going to do us for the night. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed. This show match will end up on YouTube as well. If you missed it, if you wanted to watch it back, it will be published on the VODs later tonight, but it will also be on YouTube for your viewing pleasure. Thank you again, and I'll see you next time.